Hey, boys and girls. Well, though it was not our intention to make another police story, we understand the police have a really tough job, as do mailmen. Finding the right address is tough sometimes. Just ask an Uber driver. But anyway, Mississippi's South Haven Police Department is investigating the shooting of Ishmael Lopez, 41, who was shot while police attempted to arrest his neighbor, Samuel Pearlman, on a domestic abuse charge Sunday night. The DeSoto County prosecutor, John Champion, told the Clarion Ledger that at least one officer fired multiple shots after a pit bull ran out the house and seeing Lopez peeking through the front door holding a gun. At this point, the officers began yelling, "Put the gun down! Put the gun down!" Lopez did not drop his weapon, and more than one shot was fired toward the door. Murray Wells, the Lopez's family attorney, denied that his client was holding a weapon at the time. The incident is currently being probed by state investigators and prosecutor. The family attorney said that the South Haven Police Department had been asked to execute an arrest warrant for Pearlman, which had been called in from neighboring Tate County. Lopez and his wife lived 36 feet from Pearlman, and the address on both homes was clearly displayed on the residence and mailboxes, according to Wells. They go to execute the warrant and go to the absolutely wrong address, Wells said. The address is very clearly marked. Even more ironic, the man who is the suspect has a giant P on the outside of his house. I guess that's for Pearlman. At about 11:30, the Lopezes were woken up by the sound of banging on the door. Lopez went to the door and his pit bull followed him. Attorney states, "There's been a lot of talk about a series of verbal commands, saying my client had a gun. The evidence doesn't suggest that," Wells said. His wife denies that she heard any instructions from the police. One neighbor, whose bedroom is fairly near the front door of the house, didn't hear the verbal commands either. Wells, whose firm sent investigators to analyze the scene, said the Lopezes had signs on the property declaring that there was a dog on the premises. There was also a message recorded by Pearlman on his Facebook Live Tuesday afternoon, talking about the domestic violence accusation. He's quoted as saying, "They made me out to be something I'm not. I haven't hurt her. She's the one who slapped me." Police have been called several times to the Pearlman residence for domestic abuse charges, and Wells suggests that the officers should have known they had the wrong house. I mean, it's not that hard to miss the house with the big giant P in front, I suppose. If I go to Starbucks twice a week, the barista knows how to make a vanilla soy latte. Just saying. Perhaps this is really about illiteracy or dyslexia or nearsightedness. Did the police get vision with their insurance package? Maybe that old four-eye stigma still exists, and the police officer in question just didn't want to wear glasses. People shouldn't be ashamed to wear glasses. I mean, the nerd thing is in right now, isn't it? But seriously, it seems like what we have is a situation where the police made a big fucking mistake. I mean, a really big fucking mistake. I mean, the kind of like the dumbest mistake one can make when executing a warrant. But that's one thing. But it's another animal completely when you try to change the story so that you don't have to be responsible and you try to make it out to be this guy comes to the door with a gun and his dog is attacking me. But you knew this if you knew how to read. All the signs were there. And, I don't know if I believe that the guy even had a gun, at least not in his hand. Of course, after the investigation, we find a gun sitting on the couch. So now the story is cool. I shot this guy. Let's say he had a gun and it's all justified. It's not cool. It's not okay. It's not right. But, whoever this officer is who they're not naming, you got to live with it. The police department is also currently being sued by another family. Troy Good, 30, died in 2015 after he was hogtied by South Haven police and placed face down on a stretcher after taking LSD. I wonder what their training manual looks like. If there is a training manual. Goods, an asthmatic, died in 2 hours. So the police department in South Haven is already facing another lawsuit for some stupid shit. And this looks like another case. I mean, there's a lot of justified shootings. People do make mistakes, but again, when I worked construction, I was always told to measure twice and cut once. So you would think someone who was going to draw a gun and possibly kill someone would make sure they had the right address. Anyway, that's all. You all have a good night or good day, whatever.